time for some more budget bodybuilding, and if you haven't guessed by the cosplay I chose for today, we are going to be hitting legs. Yeah. So I'm going to be using mostly my body weight for today, but I encourage you to think outside the box when it comes to weight. Got a laundry hamper full of laundry, you can lift that. I don't care. Just find anything that will challenge you for today. And yeah, if you find something creative, leave it in the comments below because I want to know what you are using for weight at home. Okay, let's get started.
I started off with some basic squats. I decided to use a paint can for this exercise because it was smaller, easy to carry, but still packed a lot of weight. I have to apologize because I didn't have time to review it, so some of the footage may be blurry, but I didn't have time to fix it afterwards. Squatting down, you want to make sure that your knees don't go past your toes and you keep your chest upright. I like to hold the squatting position for a second and really squeeze to get those muscles engaged. But then coming up, I also like to squeeze those glute muscles once you get to the top. It might not look very attractive, but trust me, it is very effective. You can either squat with your feet shoulder length apart, or you can make them in a wider sense, which would be more of a sumo squat. I prefer wider as it's easier on my sciatica. Now that my legs and my glutes are all warmed up, I like to move on to some pulsing squats. Very similar to a regular squat, only once you're in a squatting position, you want to lift yourself a few inches and then drop yourself down again in a pulsing-like motion. I like to go for a count of 5, but you can always do less or more based on your own endurance level. Again, I apologize for the blurry footage. I didn't realize until it was too late. If you're finding this move a little too difficult, you can just use your own body weight. You don't need to add any extra weight. And while you're pulsing in the squatting position, you really want to squeeze those glute muscles to get the blood flowing. Again, it's not the most attractive way, but it is super effective and you will notice a huge difference. Trust me. The next move I'm going to show you guys is the lateral squat walk. Take small steps side to side slowly while in a squatted position. Make sure not to stand up or straighten your legs in between steps. Keeping yourself squatted during this exercise, it keeps your muscles engaged the entire time. As you see from the side view, I don't really drop myself into a full squat as I'm stepping. It's more like a small pulse in the squatted position after each step. Next we move on to some hip thrusts. Keeping your knees and your feet hip width apart, you want to raise your hips upward so your torso and your legs are all one straight line, and then really squeeze your glutes. If you really want to challenge yourself, you can hold this position for as long as you can, as if you were doing a plank, and engage your glutes the entire time. I'm going to switch to using body weight for a bit here with some side leg raises. Keep your body from twisting or turning as you slowly lift your leg upward and then bring it back down, and repeat until failure. Next, we want to move on to some back leg raises. Now for these, it's very important that you keep your back as straight and as still as possible during this exercise. You want to make sure you're not twisting or contorting your spine as you're lifting your leg upward. When you bring your leg down, try not to let your toes touch the ground. This keeps more control of your leg and it prevents you from just dropping it to the floor. The slower your movements, the harder it is. Another variation of the back leg raises is a donkey kick. Instead of keeping your leg straight, you're bending your leg at the knee. As an added bonus, you can work your abs as well by pulling your knee towards your abdomen and really engaging your core. Try not to let that leg touch the ground as it comes down. Another option for leg raises is the fire hydrant. While keeping your back as straight as possible, rotate your one leg outward and then bring it back down slowly, as if a dog would to pee. Hence where the name came from. Next we move on to some kneeling squats. Start off in a seated kneeling position and then use your glutes to push yourself upright and then bring yourself back down. I like to do these towards the end of the exercise when my legs are tired and shaky, but I still want to get that extra squeeze in the glutes there. It's also a great option for beginners who don't have a lot of leg strength but really want to build up their booty. As I explained before, you really want to squeeze those glutes as you come up to work those muscles. You can also do a pulse variation of this one as well. For that, you would make sure that your glutes don't touch the back of your heel, and you would slowly pulsate a few inches above your heel before bringing yourself back up. Next, we move on to some wall squats. Starting with your feet a couple feet away from the wall, lower your body so your back is against the wall and your knees are at a 90-degree angle in a seated position. Your knees should not pass your feet, and if they do, your feet should be a little bit further away from the wall. And next we go into some deadlifts. Keep your feet slightly wider than hip width apart as you slowly bend down, keeping your back straight. Make sure that your shoulders or your back do not slouch forward. You want to have a slight bend in your knees, and as you go down, you want to push your hips backwards behind you. As you come back up, squeeze your glute muscles and use them to pull yourself back up. This will help to really stretch and work those hamstrings and those lower glute muscles and give a really good overall shape and lift to your booty. And now we're going to move on to some lunges for you. Keeping one foot forward and the other foot behind, lower your body until both knees are at a 90-degree angle. Make sure your back knee does not touch the ground and your torso is in an upright position and you're not leaning forward. Make sure that your hips are straight during this exercise and you're not twisting them. Lastly, I show you a variation where I just do alternating lunges instead of one leg at a time. This one just really helps to get the heart rate going.
Thanks for watching. I hope this video was helpful for you. If you have any questions or concerns, leave them in the comments below. Also, if you have a weight at home that you use that is unusual, please leave it in the comments because I want to know what other people are using at home. I mean, I used a paint can today. So yeah, let me know. And if you're new to this channel, feel free to subscribe. I do different workouts and different cosplays every week. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this Workout Wednesday. See you next week.